My name is Jennifer Nguyen, and I was diagnosed with cancer in 2011 when I was 21 years old. I was diagnosed with cancer specifically in the left side of my face with a hemangiopericytoma cancer when I was 21 years old in 2011. So my life before the diagnosis, I was working a couple of jobs as a pharmacy technician and also a waitress. I was in school full-time pursuing a pharmacy degree. The whole thing started because I was experiencing one-sided headaches and migraines. I took antibiotics and pain medicine hoping that it would go away, but it never did. So I went to a family doctor who suggested that I go to an ear, nose, and throat specialist who had me get an MRI. And with the results, I immediately started crying because I saw that there was a huge mass on the left side of my face. So they told me that this needed to be biopsied and a treatment plan needed to be initiated immediately. So I moved back to Houston to become a patient at MD Anderson. The plan was to initiate chemotherapy to kind of shrink the tumor to minimize the risks of surgery. So we did that for about 4 months. There were a few options that they can choose from for surgery. So the first plan was to kind of cut in front of the face. So the incision would have went down from my nose all the way to my mouth, and they would have lifted it to remove the tumor. The reason why that was their first option was because the tumor was so big and they wanted to make sure that they get all of it. And then the second option is to go through the mouth to kind of lift up the oral cavity that way and then go through there to remove the tumor. When it came down to the surgery day, that's what I prepared for, to have an incision in front of my face. So whenever I woke up from surgery, I was just all swollen, so I thought that that's what he did. I thought that he cut in front, but he actually didn't, and everyone was trying to tell me that he changed his mind, that he didn't cut in front, and I just didn't believe it. So I was hospitalized for exactly 7 days, and before I was released, I had to learn how to feed myself, how to walk around again, because they did cut an incision in my leg to create a flap for my mouth where the surgery site was. And I had a feeding tube through my nose for about 2 months before it was safe and everything in my mouth was healed. Throughout this whole thing, I met my now husband, Jimmy, and I was really grateful to have met him. We met about 2 months before my diagnosis, and he was there with me throughout the whole thing. He was kind of going back and forth from school to work to the hospital to meet me up, and he even slept at the hospital, took the train to meet me. It was a difficult time for him as well.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Tran. I'm Jennifer's husband. We were together for about 2 months before her diagnosis of cancer. At the same time, my dad was going through kind of the same thing. He fought cancer for about 10 years, so I know what it was like to go through something like that and how much support she needed at the time. This whole cancer thing impacted me and Jennifer's relationship, I would say, in a positive way. It made us stronger than ever, actually. Kind of showed that if we were to go through this, that we can go through anything together. My role in our relationship is to kind of show her to live in the moment. So I like to take her to travel more, to kind of do more experiences in life, to kind of show her the world upside down, basically.
Hi, I am Jackie. I am Jennifer's older sister. So Jennifer is definitely one of the strongest women I know.
You are one of the strongest women I know. And I know you will overcome any and all obstacles that come your way, especially with Jimmy by your side.
I'm happy to say that after 6 years, I am cancer-free and they haven't found any new growths or anything like that. I would say that this was a very challenging 6 months for me, for Jimmy, for my family. It was a very eye-opening experience, and I would say that life doesn't have to end just because it could end.